Very destructive intro. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? It's Alex here in Ultimate Slow Eagle. Bring you a new Let's Play, Flatout Ultimate Carnage. And yes, it's a HD remaster of Flatout 2. And also, the music is not mine. Please don't take down my music. Please don't take down the vid. Gonna have to turn the music off, unfortunately, because you know what, copyright. And also, okay, good. It's all right. All that vibrations off automatically. So here's the main menu. Got your Flatout mode from the last game. Of course, since this is a 360 exclusive, or in the PC. You got Live, or Xbox Live, or Windows Live, whatever you want to call it. Single events as all. Is also the same. Race, stunt, derby, and it's a bonus. Something new though is time trial. Get the fastest possible time. You'll be seeing that later in the game. Party mode, which is just the stunt mode with multiple players. Your options, you'd set up all your brightness, your agenda, all this other stuff, and edit your audio, which I did for music, of course, because of copyright, and of course the controls, which look all good to me, and the extras. Codes are very limited in this game, and the credits, which I'll show off at the very end. And something new is a Carnage mode, where you have these 36 events, well, 4 available anyway. You have to score points to make the events available and stuff. Which we have 36 events available, so we got a long road ahead of us. You have target scores. Higher you go, the better. If you get gold on some, you'll unlock some cars here, but I'll show that off later on in the video. Here we got something different, of course. Well, new anyway. We got the dealership. Get introduced to the same 3 cars as we did in Flatout 2, but they're a little more expensive now. Some are cheaper, some are more expensive. Pricing's a little off-center with the cars, but upgrade prices are most likely all the same. Got the chili, and the stats of all the cars are a little bit different in this game also. Okay. We got the chili, which still remains to suck balls. The malice, which is a little bit better in this game. 1.8 speed, that's pretty good, but it's going to cost all my money, of course. And, of course, the roamer. And those of you who know, I'm going to start off with the chili, of course. And since I'm playing this on the Xbox... Okay, welcome to Flatout mode, and you already know the messages. I've already read them in Flatout 2. They're all the same. And since I'm doing Xbox, I have an achievement for this. If you beat the chili cups, Derby Cups, the stock chili. Let me show you where it's at. Yeah, Real Habanero, this achievement here. You're going to see me using the stock chili on quite a few occasions on every cup. Okay, so we got your classes, your special events, all that good stuff. All that's still the same, but different tracks in some of these. So, as an FYI, I'll explain more when we get to the actual cup. Your garage, which is still the same. We actually have a nicer background now, instead of it being inside of a studio warehouse. Car shop, which is also the same. In back, except we have a different background now and no other cars surrounding it. And with the Derby class, we actually have 2 new cars in the Derby class. The Bone Cracker, and the Grinder, which returned from the original Flatout. But they're both very, very expensive. 30 and 35,000 credits. Jeez. And I'll explain how they perform more when we get them, of course, but they take the Venom a step further in this game. So yeah. And then of course, race class is all the same. All the same cars, of course, except some of them are better looking now. They're no longer painful to look at. We need set of 60,000 credits. Jesus. Staggering. 60,000. Street class is also still unchanged. Canyon. 80,000 credits for the Canyon now. Jesus. Massive 8,000. Raider, Sunray, of course. Of course, my favorite card, the Spadevil. It's even better in this game. And Roe King, a colossal 100,000 crits. Jesus Christ! They made everything so expensive in this game. Pretty much like American economy right now. Yeah! But, alas, it's still better than most of the other stuff. Okay, we got upgrades, of course, which won't put anything in the chili because it'll forfeit the achievement, of course. But, nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, we got the Derby Initiation Cup. For two races, 1,500 credits for first place. Sounds pretty good. Straightforward to me. Starting off in Pine Grove 1, like in Flatout. And a lot of these will have tracks similar in the cups with Flatout 2. And all the other stuff. I think you guys should know by now how it works. Alright. So let's get started. I'm keeping the sound at 50 because if you've seen YouTube videos of this game, the sound is so distorted. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that when we start the game. Yeah, see how the cars are sounding all loud and shit? That's why. And we get a little background like you'd see in Mario Kart or something. So, excuse me. You can also look around the car now. That's nice. And with the chili being so slow, it's not going to be really surprising that everybody's this slow because this is the first cup and the first class, so 3 classes and the finals are still all going to be the same. So, again, this is more of an HD remaster of this game. And there's also a PSP version of this game, Flatout Head-On, which I will not be playing. But if you want videos of it, just let me know in the comments. And I might consider playing it. Graphics look like they've taken a step up. Drivers are still the same except for 4 new ones. Louis Duran, the goldish looking marker. That purplish looking marker is Jill Richards. Then we got Curtis Wolf and Li Bing. Another red icon. Alright. Duran is driving the Venom in this class. Curtis Wolf is in the new Bone Cracker. Jill Richards is in the Splitter, and Li Bing is in the Grinder, the new Grinder. A lot of the cars, they aren't having that ridiculous top speed as in Flatout 2, which I'm a little bummed out about, but I understand it. If it had carried on to carry crazy speed on Flatout 2, this game would probably be very, very broken. So, and I'm doing so bad at this. So with the racing, for most of the racing, it'll most likely be an upgraded version of the car I'm buying for the certain cup, and doing the final race with the stock chili, of course, because I'm also looking to get that achievement. Okay. However, everybody else is pretty much still in the same car as in the last game. Katie, fucking bitch. Steering the car, this car is not quite as fluid as in the last game, but again, a lot of the cars here are a lot different from when we played in Flatout 2, of course, but you'll notice more of the differences in the later classes. God. Just got more vids for the main channel uploaded today. Also, I am off work today, since today is slow. So yeah, about 95, 96 miles an hour is top speed for this thing, so yeah, this car, not that good. Again, Chili's still being incredibly slow, which I'm not really worried about for this, because again, this is only the first cup, so I'm not worried about it. This thing would turn, that would be fantastic. And I could also show you a quick race. While I'm at it, since I'm already introducing the Let's Play. It had been a long time since I played Ultimate Carnage, so my memory of this game is still a little shaky. So don't mind that. But again, it's Flatout 2 and Ultimate Carnage. They're the same thing, really. again, like as I said 500 times, this game is pretty much the HD remaster of Flatout 2 and Head-On. So this game is much better quality. So yeah, no longer the unique start signs, all it's the same. And the car will just keep on going when you finish the race. That's... kind of don't like that, but it's okay. Yeah. Well, it actually looks like a muscle car now. Alright, fastest lap, and the top driver bonus will be within the race reward now, so that's cool. Alright. So far, we're doing pretty good so far. And instead of Farmlands 2 being the second track, we're now going to Farmlands 1 right away. And I'm like, am I missing something? But it turns out, yes, we are missing something. But, again, we're going to... And some of the quick race tracks, they're locked, they're hidden, so you won't be able to drive them right away like instead you would in Flatout 2, but... that's fine, and then you'll have to unlock them when you race on them, of course. That's fine by me. Alright. So Farmlands 1, and a lot of the tracks look much better too. Some of them are easier to see instead of just being hard in the eyes. And there are different weather backgrounds in some of the tracks too, which again I'm gonna show off when we get to quick race. And I'll show off some of the quick race. And again, Jack here. Then the annoying little twat he is showing off, of course. But most of the AI behavior is pretty much the same as Flatout 2, except for the new guys. So 8th place is no longer the worst place in this. That's 12th. We have 12. We're going racing against 11 AI opponents instead of the 7 from the first 2 games. Technically 3 Flatout Head-On, but I'm not playing Head-On because that game kind of sucks. This car is so slow. Alright. Anyways, I got quite a bit done today. More packages delivered, more videos are up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this has a passenger side door now. Makes it more appealing. Now, with this game, I'd probably either start with the Roma or a Malice, but I'm starting with the Chili since, you know, I gotta do it for an achievement anyway, so why go through the trouble of saving up for just such a weak-ass car. Hire a semitone and octave as well. we go. That's the start for completing our first cup. Nice. We didn't win a whole bunch. Just only the 1500 credits. That's it. We unlocked a new event. No longer stunts in the classes. They're replaced by these time trials. Some of these are easy, some are hard, and there's a couple that are hell on there to beat. So, both this car, getting golden, this is not very likely, so I'll just try and get at least bronze. So, for the start. 109, 111, 113. Okay. This game is definitely on the loud side, so that's why it's distorted. They made it way too loud, so I recommend turning the volume down when you start playing this for the first time. Okay. But I'm definitely going to go back on this time trial and do it with the new Bone Cracker when I get it. But for right now, I'm not going to bother with it. I'll stick with what I got. And also, I'll show off that new Carnage mode after the event as well. I'm going to do 2 Carnage mode events per segment instead of just one, because 31 cups, 27 events, not very even, so I gotta do them all. And we finished our first event with just barely a silver. That works out fine. 110.91, I'm not going to complain about that. So let's start off with Carnage mode. First thing up is a Carnage race. So, and with the new grinder, of course. And some are going to be stock. Some cars are stock, some are partially upgraded, some are fully upgraded. So, just keep that in mind as we go on through the game, through Carnage mode. Stunt cars are still all the same though. Okay. Ultimate Carnage is the name of the game. Earn points by wrecking competitors, destroying scenery, catching huge air, passing checkpoints, all this other stuff. Passing checkpoints will also give you extra time. Your position gives you a score multiplier that affects everything. So 10th to last is just only times 1. 7th to 9th is times 2, I believe. Then 4th to 6th is times 3. Times 4, 2nd and 3rd. And then if you're all the way up in front, it's multiplied by 5. So, yeah. So try to keep the lead. Sometimes being in the lead's not worth it, because you want to try and stay in the middle of the pack for some big points. So let's do this. The new grinder definitely looks like a Firebird, of course, the Smokey and the Bandit one mixed with Sweet Home Alabama. The Leonard Skinner deal. Oh shit! Heavy Blast. You truly know how to deal the heaviest hits. It means like blasting out your opponent. Oh shit! Yeah. I believe the grinder is best for racing. The new best racing car. You can change the camera by X, pressing X. B is handbrake, I think. Ooh, first blood, and also wreck an opponent's car in a Carnage or normal race. Just wrecked our first opponents, folks. Some of the AI will still tend to wreck themselves, though. In Carnage, the AI is a lot more fragile than you'd anticipate. Bam and slam. 5 slams in one race. That's wild. Oh, so much for having the toughest car in the class. Of course, I'm giving him shit. The higher you go, the more likely events you're going to unlock. So that's gonna be great. And BAM! Just like that, we have only 4 AI left. We just destroyed everybody. Except Frank, he wrecked himself. Well, I think we wrecked a couple of the AI wrecked themselves. I think I wrecked like 5, 6 people. Yeah, time's up. Not really aiming to wreck everybody in a Carnage race, but you get the gist of it. 87,375. That's actually pretty good. That's actually a pretty good start for a Carnage mode journey. And if you get anything higher, it'll just add up to what you got already. And we unlocked the grinder. An amazing racing car. It's pretty tough, and it handles pretty well, actually. Alright. Next up is our first of the stunts. High jump. And they're all in this category for some reason. That's fine. And we're using the Starflight. Kind of giving it away. Best of 3 tries, yep. Okay, 160 yards for our first thing. And I'll just show up the soundtrack, which I have already off. Just trying to get it out for a first go. 138 yards. 160. Which is infinitely pretty difficult to reach, but I played it enough to where I'm pretty much used to it by now. Late launching there. Okay, I got one more go. Can I do it? Come on, baby. 50,765. Alright, I'm very happy about that. Aggressive and competitive, Curse is known to beat the odds and bounce back from impossible situations. One to watch out for. That's actually pretty true in the Derby class, but everywhere else it's pretty much middle of the road. Okay, a lot of few new events too. That's nice. But for right now, let's stick with what we got. So, that's pretty much it for the start of Flatout Ultimate Carnage. Join us next time where we do the Sunday Smash Derby Cup and the next two Carnage Mode events and the first Derby. Until then, have a great one, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Take care.